What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the video. It's another storytelling video, but this time we're gonna hear about Ryan's fitness journey.
My fitness journey started in like 2003, 2004. I've been more or less, like you, played hockey, played soccer, played basketball, played a lot of sports growing up. All that stopped when I got to high school just because, realities of life set in, you gotta get a job. It wasn't until I was probably 14, 15 where I actually started going to the gym. And the reasoning for going to the gym had nothing to do with health. I was like 120 pounds at like 14 years old, and I was like, this is unacceptable behavior. The goal was muscle. The goal was to look like a bodybuilder, and like the gigantic ones. The likelihood of that happening for me was next to impossible, just because my genetic disposition was not going to allow me to have 30-inch arms.
Who did you look up to back then?
Jay Cutler was was on the come up. Dexter Jackson, Flex Wheeler.
Yeah.
They were gigantic. They were using steroids. Cool. Like, that wasn't the goal. But my primary reason for working out was aesthetics, but it was also to like deter bullying. Mm-hmm. And that was a big factor in my life for high school. And by the time I graduated, I was like 175 pounds. But that also came from going from being like 14 to 17, puberty. Also having a job, being able to work, being able to buy my own food was a big factor for that. And then going to college, I liked fitness. I liked being active. I liked lifting weights. I genuinely loved fitness at that time. So I went to college for fitness and health. Nothing was more enjoyable than going to work or going to school just to go lift weights in the gym and do all that. So that was pretty fun. The personal training thing, I didn't know if that was what I like genuinely wanted to do with my life, but I enjoyed talking about it. I enjoyed helping people. And then it was essentially graduated college and then started at Freeform. And then Freeform, well, I started in 2012 and here we are 2022. My fitness journey ended when I started at Freeform, because I was more focused on building my personal training business than I was taking care of myself. When I was 21, I was 205 pounds. I had just started at Freeform, and within about 6 months, six to 9 months, hard to remember now, I had dropped 165. I was the lightest I had been since like mid-high school. And what happened was, I was waking up at 5 a.m., 5:30 to go to work for 6. I was at Freeform all day. I'd get home around 8:39, and then I would play video games with my buddies until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
Because that was the only
downtime
I had with them. And I did that for a couple years.
Wow.
So essentially, I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping, and I wasn't working out, and essentially I just atrophied. I just lost all muscle and strength gain. It wasn't until September 2015 where I remember looking in the mirror and I'm like, good God, like, this is not good. This has got to change. I was 25. I was the smallest I've ever felt since like a high school days, and I just didn't feel good. I didn't look good in my eyes. My nutrition was nowhere near it should have been for what I was preaching, so I just decided at that point to make changes. And it took about 2.5 years to go from 165 to 205 pounds. That was not 40 pounds of pure muscle, just for absolute facts' sake. But the one thing I try to tell a lot of people, because I've experienced it, when you work out for a very long time and then you take a long time off, when you go back to the gym, your body will respond relatively quickly, and you're not going to get back to what you were, but you'll be pretty close within maybe a couple months to a year. If you're diligent. And that's what I saw. And that was a massive driving factor. And then, ups and downs from there. But the biggest thing that I found with starting to exercise again, when clients talk to me, and they're like, well, you're fit. And I'm like, I barely do anything to maintain this. I just eat well. That's probably the biggest factor, is meal prepping for me. I eat well day in and day out, week in, week out. I cheat like anyone else. But my nutrition is like, I say 90-10, 80-20. So 80%, 90% being good choiced food, 10 to 20% being whatever I want. I also don't drink. I've never been a drinker. So the alcohol consumption has never been a thing for me. I've seen what alcohol has done to people. I've seen what alcohol does to families and all that. And to me, I don't see a benefit. I've never saw a benefit of alcohol. I still don't see a benefit of alcohol. But what's gotten me to stay in this industry. It's like I genuinely want to help people, and not from like a fitness standpoint, but just like life. If I can sit there and be the happiest part of someone's day and attempt to make them laugh or just brighten up whatever kind of like crappy day they have, I feel better about myself. And I hope they feel better about themselves too, because like we've said, your goals are going to fluctuate, your weight's going to go up and down, life stress, day stress, work stress, kid stress, those are all going to be extenuating circumstances that you otherwise can't control. But if you can at least go to the gym, you enjoy going to the gym, you enjoy seeing the trainer that you're going to the gym for, life is going to be easier is not the appropriate word, but things will become easier for you in life when you have a fit body, and I wouldn't say a clear mind, but we do know that working out on a regular basis helps with mental clarity, helps with certain feelings and thoughts. So if I can make sure that my clients feel a certain way when they're in the gym, it at least has a good resemblance and keeps them having a good association with fitness because they've always enjoyed it, even if the workouts are shit, because sometimes that does happen, where they're not there, I'm not there, or the workout I had planned just didn't drive well with how they were feeling that day. But at least at the end of the day, if they felt good, we had good conversation, we were laughing, then I know they'll have a better day most of the time. You build rapport, you build relationships with people, and you see their life unfold. And if at any point they're like, my life is unfolded not because of I exercise, but exercising has allowed me to enjoy an aspect of my life I never have had the ability to do, that feels good.
Very good.
The reason why I got into this was to help people as much as I can. At the same point, you can only, lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. We could literally tell you how to lose weight in like 4 steps. At some point, you have to figure out how to make it happen if you want to live the life that you genuinely know you want, whatever that may be.
And I think the important aspects of both our stories is there was something we didn't like, so we changed it.
And we both saw that the moment we stopped doing it, we went back to our old habit, our old selves. If you live that way as anybody, exercising is only going to be beneficial.
Yeah.
And on that happy note, thank you for following along. We'll see you soon.
Peace.